Good evening. Welcome back to Passionate World Talk Radio. Educate, enlighten, entertain. And this evening, at 5 o'clock this evening, on People Need Help, we have the other half of the team, pwtrn's station manager, Jeanne White. And
Hi,
we both want
everyone.
to ask you, have an issue? Jeanne White and I are here to help you find solutions to problems that
Uh,
you may have now. And
and if we don't, we can find the solutions for them.
absolutely. So tonight we're talking briefly about instant gratification. And
Oh,
when Jeanne heard that, she volunteered. Take it away, Jeanne.
you know me and gratification. You know, when I don't know if it's the same thing, but this morning we've had some serious issues with the computer, and I want immediate action. As soon as I write, I want the answer. I mean, no holds bar. You know, and I'll keep calling you until I get an answer. And then as another good example, I called my dentist on Friday because I was having a problem with my lower tooth. And I hadn't heard from him. And then here it is Tuesday. So I call up and I'm saying, I don't know what's going on, but, I called you and I'm having an issue with my teeth, blah, 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 and I'm afraid I'm going to lose a tooth. And then I said, please call me. And then 15 minutes later, they called me because I can be such a haunt sometimes. But that's because you want that instant gratification that something happened. So I understand when people want that instant stuff because I have it sometimes. I know I do. I'm just a bug, even with you. If I don't get an answer, I'll keep asking until I get what I think I should have. Right?
Absolutely. Now, people, our generation, including my son's generation, so he was born in 1973, for example, was born with the instant gratification silver spoon in their mouths. The problem is of how you handle what you want when you want it. Now, I was brought up on the philosophy my mother used to tell me, the squeaky wheel gets results. And if you bitch and moan and complain and be a real not an ass, but a real pain in the ass, then you will get what you're after, which is what Jeanne does with me. When something goes wrong with a session, especially a website, she takes out her red hot pincers and starts sticking it to me until I finally get that solution. So it isn't bad in that respect because sometimes you really do need to keep on poking, or what they used to say, hit them over the head with a 2x4 to
Right.
get instant gratification. On the other hand, if your son or daughter is thinking, well, mom and dad can give me what I want and when I want it immediately, now is the time for mom and dad to go into a huddle and decide just exactly whether or not they're going to satisfy the demands of what their kids want. If your son goes up and says, I'm 16 and I'm legal and I can drive, buy me a car, well, if it's not in your budget, may I suggest you do not go out, get a loan, and buy that young man his car or a young woman. It took me years before I was able to buy my first car. In fact, my son was 14 and a half years old before I was able to go out and buy a car for both of us. And what did we take? Public transportation is a wonderful thing, except during rush hour. On one, it's 10 feet of snow on the ground and none of the buses are running anymore. And yes, you do run into problems. So if you have a problem like instant gratification and you want to learn how to handle it in a smooth manner, please contact Jeanne White or Lillian Cauldwell at the number one C podcast, PODCASTS at gmail.com, and let us know what your problem is. And between the two of us, we'll be able to, if not solve it for you with instant gratification, at least point you in the right direction so you can solve it. Again, the email is the number one SC podcast, PODCASTS.com, and let us know how we can help you. Any last words?
No, not anything. I'm just looking forward to hearing from people and what they do for instant gratification and how they handle it.
Absolutely. Let us know. So, how do you handle an issue like instant gratification? That wraps it up, folks. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Good to see you all. I don't see you all. I don't see anyone except you and me, Lillian. But I think they understand what I'm trying to say. I hope.
Absolutely. We're all want instant gratification. It's
Yeah.
how you understand how it works for you that makes a difference. Good night, y'all.
Good night, everyone. Have a good evening. Looking forward to hearing from you.